Look at this penny. To you, it is 1 cent. To a collector, it is a $1 million lottery ticket. Most people are literally throwing a fortune into wishing wells and self-checkout machines because they don't know the forbidden dates. In this video, we are revealing the top 3 most valuable Lincoln wheat pennies ever discovered. These aren't just coins. They are mistakes that the US Mint tried to hide, and now they are worth millions. If you find one of these in your grandfather's old jar, your life changes forever. Let's reveal the secrets. If you see a penny from 1951 with a small D mark, you might be looking at $1 million fortune. Most people think these old copper coins are only worth a cent, but serious collectors are paying thousands and even millions for the right version of this coin. In this video, we are going to show you the exact details that make the 1951 D wheat penny a legendary treasure. We will reveal the secret errors, the specific weight you need to verify, and the high-grade conditions that turn a common penny into a life-changing amount of money. Do not spend another penny until you watch this to the end, because the one in your pocket could be the winner. History of the 1951 D wheat penny. The 1951 D Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when America was booming. The wheat penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, had been in use since 1909 and featured the humble ears of wheat on the back. By 1951, the Denver Mint was producing massive quantities of these coins to keep up with the economy. Over 600 million of these pennies were struck in Denver that year. Because so many were made, most are worth very little today. However, because they were used so heavily in daily trade, almost all of them became scratched and brown. This created a massive rarity for the few coins that stayed in perfect red condition or were struck with major errors. Technical specifications and weight. To know if your 1951 D penny is the real deal, you have to check the physical specs. If the weight is wrong, your coin is either a fake or a rare wrong planchet error. Composition: 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Standard weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.00 millimeters. Mint Mark D, located directly under the date 1951. Edge plain and smooth. If you place your 1951 D penny on a digital scale and it weighs 3.11 grams, it is a genuine copper coin. If it weighs significantly less, it might be a counterfeit. However, if you find a 1951 penny that looks silver and weighs around 2.7 grams, it could be an ultra-rare steel error which is worth a massive amount of money. Why is a 1951 D penny worth $1 million? The value of a 1951 D penny is all about the grade. Professional companies like PCGS grade coins from 1 to 70. The common value: a circulated brown 1951 D penny is usually worth about 5 to 15 cents. The rare value: if you have a 1951 D that is still bright orange-red and has no scratches, it could be graded as MS67 or MS68 red. The record price: an MS67 red 1951 D penny can sell for over $1,000. But if you find one that hits the legendary MS68 red grade, it becomes a population rarity. Only a handful exist in this condition, and at major auctions these perfection coins can reach prices that contribute to the $1 million portfolio of top collectors. The $1 million dream also comes from undiscovered errors. If a 1951 D penny was found struck on a silver dime planchet or a foreign coin blank, it would be a unique masterpiece worth a fortune. Secret errors to watch for: if your coin is not perfect, you can still find big money by looking for these specific mistakes made by the mint. Repunched Mint Mark RPM: take a magnifying glass and look at the D under the date. If you see a second D shadow or the letter looks tilted or doubled, you have found an RPM. Collectors pay a high premium for these. Die cracks and chips: look for extra bumps of metal on Lincoln's head or between the wheat ears. If you find a large die crack, it adds significant value to the coin. Lamination error: this is when the copper skin of the penny looks like it is peeling off. A 1951 D with a major lamination peel can sell for $50 to $100 even in used condition. Off-center strike: if the 1951 D date is present but the coin was struck to the side leaving a crescent moon of blank metal, you have a high-value error. The importance of color: red versus brown. In the world of 1951 D pennies, color is cash.bn brown most common and lowest value. .rb red brown middle value with some original shine. .rd red, this is the winner. It means the coin has 95% of its original orange copper luster. If you find a 1951 D penny that looks like it was minted this morning, do not touch it with your bare hands. The oils from your skin will turn it brown and destroy the value. Put it in a plastic flip or a coin holder immediately. Conclusion and selling tips: the 1951 D wheat penny is a hidden gem in the coin world. To find the $1,000,000 winner, you must look for the D Mint Mark, check the weight to ensure it is 3.11 grams, and inspect the surface for that rare red luster or doubling errors. Never clean your coins, because cleaning removes the original surface and makes the coin worthless to collectors. If you think you have a high-value 1951 D penny, your next step is to have it authenticated by a professional. Check your old jars and collections today, because the next $1,000,000 discovery could be right under your nose. Stop what you are doing and check your pockets immediately. If you have a penny from 1942, you might be holding a life-changing fortune worth over $1,000,000. Most people think these are just common old coins, but there is a hidden version of the 1942 penny that collectors are desperate to find. In this video, we are uncovering the $1,000,000 secret of the 1942 Lincoln wheat cent. We are going to reveal the exact errors to look for the precise weight that proves its value and the history that makes this specific year so legendary. One lucky find could pay off your mortgage or buy you a dream car. Stay tuned, because we are showing you exactly how to spot a $1,000,000 winner. History of the 1942 wheat penny. The year 1942 was one of the most intense years in American history. The United States was fully involved in World War II, and every piece of metal was needed for the war effort. The 1942 Lincoln wheat penny was the last year of the traditional 95% copper composition before the mint switched to steel in 1943 to save copper for ammunition. Because of the chaos at the mint during the transition to wartime production, several incredible errors occurred. Billions of these pennies were struck across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but only a tiny fraction are worth the big money. Collectors hunt for the survivors that stayed in perfect red condition, or those that were struck with rare experimental dyes. Technical specifications and weight. To find a $1,000,000 coin, you must be able to prove it is authentic. The weight of a 1942 penny is the first thing a professional collector will check. Composition 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Standard weight 3.11 grams. Diameter 19.00 millimeters. Edge plain and smooth. Mint marks Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. If you find a 1942 penny that looks silver or weighs significantly less than 3.11 grams, you might have found an experimental wartime trial piece. These are essentially priceless and are the true $1,000,000 finds of the numismatic world. Why is a 1942 penny worth $1,000,000? The value of a 1942 penny depends on three things: rarity, errors, and grade. While a brown 1942 penny is only worth a few cents, the high-grade red versions are massive assets. The 1942 Philadelphia Rarity in MS67 red condition. This coin can sell for over $5,000. If a coin achieves a perfect MS68 or MS69 grade, it enters the world of elite auctions where prices can reach six figures. The 1942's San Francisco value. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins this year. A perfect 1942's in MS67 red is worth a huge premium, often selling for $6,000 to $12,000. The 1942 proof penny. This is where the real money lies. The mint produced a small number of proof coins for collectors. A 1942 proof penny in PR67 red or higher is an absolute gem that collectors fight over at high-end auctions. Secret errors to watch for in 1942. If your coin is not in perfect condition, look for these rare errors that add massive value instantly. Double die. Obverse DDO. Look closely at the word Liberty and the date 1942. If you see clear doubling or thickened letters, you have found a double die. A strong 1942 DDO can be worth thousands of dollars. Repunched Mint Mark RPM. Look at the D or the S under the date. If the letter looks like it was stamped twice or has a shadow, it is an RPM. These are very popular with error hunters. Struck on a foreign planchet during 1942, the U.S. Mint also made coins for other countries. If your 1942 penny was accidentally struck on a silver blank intended for another country, it is a $1,000,000 error. Die cracks and cuds. Look for extra metal blobs on the surface. Large die cracks across Lincoln's face are highly collectible and can turn a regular penny into a $100 bill. How to identify red color versus brown? The biggest factor in a $1,000,000 price tag is the color of the copper. BN brown, dark and circulated. This is what most people have. RB red brown, a mix of brown and original orange shine. RD red, this is the goal. The coin must have at least 95% of its original bright orange copper luster. If you find a 1942 penny that is bright red, do not touch it with your fingers. The natural oils on your skin will cause the copper to oxidize and turn brown, which can cost you thousands of dollars in value. Always hold rare coins by the edges. conclusion, and how to sell your coin. The 1942 wheat penny is a piece of American history that could be your ticket to wealth. To find the winner, check the date for doubling. Verify the weight is 3.11 grams and look for that beautiful red luster. If you believe you have a high-value 1942 penny, do not clean it. Take it to a professional coin dealer or send it to check your change jars today, because a $1,001,942 penny is still out there waiting to be found. What you are doing, and check your change right now. If you have an old penny from 1952 with a wheat design on the back, you could be holding a coin worth a life-changing amount of money. Most people think these are just worth 1 cent, but collectors are currently paying thousands and even millions of dollars for the right version of the specific coin. In this video, we are going to uncover the $1,000,000 secrets of the 1952 wheat penny. We will show you the exact errors to look for, the specific weight you must verify, and the rare high-grade conditions that turn a common copper coin into a massive fortune. You need to watch every second of this video, because that penny in your pocket could be the history of the 1952 wheat penny. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny was produced during a major period of growth in American history. The iconic design by Victor David Brenner features the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of Durham wheat on the reverse. In 1952, the United States Mint was striking these coins at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the total mintage across all 3 mints was over 1 billion coins, the number of survivors in perfect condition is incredibly low. Because these coins were made of nearly pure copper and were used heavily in daily commerce, almost all of them became worn down and brown. The true value lies in the coins that were tucked away and never touched by human hands. Technical specifications and weight. To prove your 1952 penny is a high-value treasure, you must check the technical details. If the weight is even slightly off, it could mean you have found a rare error worth big money. Composition: 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Standard weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.00 millimeters. Mint marks: Philadelphia, no. Mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Edge plain and smooth. If you place your 1952 penny on a digital scale and it weighs exactly 3.11 grams, it is a standard copper cent. However, if you find a 1952 penny that weighs around 2.7 grams and looks silver, it might be an ultra-rare steel error left over from the war years. These are the types of discoveries that make headlines and sell for millions. Why is a 1952 penny worth $1,000,000? The term $1,000,000 penny comes from the combination of extreme rarity and perfection. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything, and coins are graded from 1 to 70. The common grade most 1952 pennies found in jars are brown BN and worth about 5 to 10 cents. The high-value grade: if you find a 1952 penny that is still bright orange, it is called red RD. An MS-67 red 1952 penny from any mint can sell for $5,000 to $10,000. The $1,000,000 potential: the truly expensive coins are those graded MS-68 red. Only a tiny handful exist in the entire world. When these hit major auctions, collectors with $1,000,000 budgets fight over them. The 1952S from San Francisco is especially valuable in top grades because it is a condition rarity. Secret errors to watch for in 1952: even if your coin is not in perfect condition, you can still find big money by looking for these specific minting mistakes. Repunched Mint Mark RPM: take a magnifying glass and look at the D or S under the date. If you see a second letter shadow or a doubled mint mark, you have a winner. Collectors pay hundreds of dollars for a clear 1951D or 1952D RPM. Die cracks and BIE errors: look at the word Liberty. If there is a small bump of metal between the B and the E, it is a famous BIE error. This is a favorite for specialized collectors and adds instant value. Lamination flaws: if the surface of the coin looks like it is peeling or has a wood grain texture, it is a metal impurity error. A dramatic lamination peel on a 1952 penny can sell for over $100. Off-center strikes: if the 1952 date is visible but part of the design is missing because the coin was struck to one side, you have a high-value error that collectors love. The importance of color: red versus brown. When searching for the $1,001,952 penny, you must understand the color code. Brown BN: the coin is dark and circulated. These are common. Red brown RB: the coin has some original shine but also has dark spots. Red RD: this is the ultimate prize. It looks like a brand new copper pipe. If you find a red 1952 penny, do not touch the surface with your fingers. The oils from your skin will cause it to turn brown and you will lose thousands of dollars in value. Always hold rare coins by the edges. Summary and how to sell your 1952 penny. The 1952 wheat penny is a piece of history that could be worth a fortune. To find the big money, you must check the date, check the weight to ensure it is 3.11 grams, and look for that rare red luster or doubling errors on the mint mark. Never clean your coins with chemicals because it ruins the original surface and makes the coin worthless to professional graders. If you think you have a winner, your next step is to have it authenticated by a service like PCGS or NGC. Check your piggy banks and old collections today because the next $1,001,952 penny discovery is waiting to be found by someone just like you.